Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. I was a bit absent today because I was very busy working, but here we are ready for a short test run of the chassis. And compared to the previous video, I just gave it a quick test run now. I noticed that it had a wee bit of stuttering and picking up on bends and things, so I added, I don't know if you can see it, let me get it closer. Okay, I added a weight here on the back of the cab wall. Anyway, this is not visible, so I added another weight here to add some more weight right on top of the pickup bogie, which is here, and it seems to be okay. So I added 20 grams. Of course, you can see that I kept the weight slightly towards this side because this is the side, the chassis is badly trimmed and it tends to lean over like this. So to correct the list, I added an extra weight over here. So just a quick, let's see how it works. Of course, now I haven't cleaned the wheels yet. I have to give the wheels a good clean, and this test track is not really very clean. I gave it a clean with lighter fluid. This is all old, very old steel track. This is a section of Mehano. This is Juef. This is Lima. But it's very, very good now. And you can see it has good momentum. It doesn't just, the buffer stop track isn't very clean. Of course, this has to go on the layout and run for half an hour in one direction and half an hour in the other direction. It has to really be run in, but I think it's going quite well. This controller isn't one of the best. It's one of my Mehano controllers, but it's not one of the best. And definitely a clean. In fact, let's improve things by just getting a cotton bud quickly. Maybe you can see what I'm doing in camera. I'm just going to clean this piece of rail. Okay, let's just clean it. That's a bit dirty. The rails here this is just leaning on a bit of wood, so it's not perfect. So here we are. Let's see, pretty dirty. This piece of Mehano rail was in the box. This is a rail with a re-railer on it, which I'm eventually going to fit on one of on the external circuit on the layout. Today I was very busy, very busy. I had work to do, then I had to go out and do some things. I had to go to a post office. It started pouring, so I just came back. I didn't do absolutely anything, so I've been more or less confined to barracks today, which is something I do not like. I can't stand not going out. I need to get out at least once a day. So being confined to barracks, as I say, is not fun. It's not fun as a civilian, but it's not fun when you can't. If I had a layout in out, okay, staying at home would have been fine, but you know, spend the day paying bills. I finished two big files. I have to reread them, of course. So there's still a lot of work to do, and then I had to sort out other things, you know, telephones and other bits and pieces and passwords that expire every 6 months, and then you have to do them, and 3 times running. So moan, gripe, sorry. I'm a moaning mini. Just the general boring facts of life that we all have to deal with. So staying at home on such a day, it's not good. I went down after, had a wee walk in the yard. So right, let's see if it's a wee bit better now that I've cleaned that. will definitely run better once it's been run in. And I have to give the wheels a really good clean. You see, the more we run, the better it is. It's a very good crawler. Ah, there. It's not doing good contact here. What I'll do, I'll also add this controller isn't one of the best anyway. This is a controller that if you give a surge of power, it conks out. Because a wee blue light comes off. A wee green light. See this controller here, this is Mehano, but it's not what made in Slovenia, it's made in China, this one here. And the Mehano controllers made in Slovenia are much superior to the same identical ones made in China. This is a Chinese one. Now it's started going. The temperature switch, and this is not a motor that draws a lot of electricity. They completely unreliable, the ones made in China. There. It doesn't really, so we'll anyway test that. It's doing very well. Okay, so I think that's quite good. So the next thing we'll do, we'll fix the body to the chassis. We'll do that together tomorrow, and we're nearly there. I'm very, very pleased. I'm going to give the wheels a very good clean. I'll also add a spot of technical petroleum jelly here to the contacts. I cleaned these very, very well, but of course this is where the axles are in contact with the plungers. Then in time you can get carbon deposit there, so that's why I've put technical petroleum jelly here to improve conductivity. So we'll definitely give this a final lubrication to the bogies. I've lubricated everything else, and see, it's already going better now. As long as you don't demand too much from this Chinese made Mehano controller. So I've always got my eyes open for the made in Slovenia ones on the Vinted platform. If I can catch them for a small sum of money, I'm always ready to buy them up, because they're really much superior to the ones made, the made in China ones. They're not really very good. They're okay for running a train. That's nice, it's going well. There. Famous last words. There. We have to give the wheels a really good clean. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a wee bonus. I'll just leave this here. Let's put Jouef steam engine on the track as well. Even this one here is not conked out. This is a real noisy one. Noisy, very noisy 3-pole motor. And then I've got a surprise I have to show you. But I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, because we have to do some jobs on the surprise. Anyway, this is a 3-pole motor, the 030TA Boer. This is the 3-pole version. The one that was sort of an imaginary red and gold livery. I painted the boiler black. I just left I've spoken about this in other videos. I left the tanks red because it's like an industrial locomotive, is nice. And this lining was too nice to paint it over. And this is the 3-pole version, but it's quite, with Mehano controller, it's quite a good crawler, despite being the 3-pole version. the very noisy 3-pole version. There we go. I don't know what, I've always been fascinated by the small 06 old tank engine. Or maybe they remind me of Ivor the Engine. Ivor the Engine is of 040. People with British origin, you know who Ivor the Engine is. And but just look up on YouTube, Ivor the Engine. They're beautiful books, and they made stop motion cartoons of Ivor the Engine. He's a little railway engine in Wales, and his big passion is singing. He likes to sing. So that's the story about Ivor the Engine. So he doesn't sing, he growls. Right, that's enough for the moment. See you tomorrow. Cheerio, ciao ciao, and good night.